Previously on Shadowtoys photography, the X-men are about to attack the sentinels, but to warn them, Mezcotoyz has sent back in time their Bishop 112 collective action figure, and he is beautiful. So happy to have him. Worth the wait. Yeah, I mean, just let the figure speak for himself, really. I mean, let's bring him up close here. Take a good look at that, the sculpt work. I really love the armband elastic shoulder pads that allow for great movement, which we'll see. I know his X goes on the side there, but it throws me off. I keep trying to adjust. I have to remember that's how Bishop wears it. Double jointed elbows and knees, beautiful articulation, beautiful accessories and sculpt and stitch work, cloth goods. Yeah, man, that's really cool. That's really nicely sculpted. Oh, is that the time travel device? I was looking for it. I don't see any special wrist gauntlets, so I'm gonna say that's it. But yeah, just the way he's designed, like, very good, very happy. I guess let's get right into the articulation. His head could go, let me bring that back here a little bit up and down. It is a little restricted. Mind you, I did just get this a couple hours ago. He is fresh off the frozen truck, because when I got this guy, it's January, you know, in New York, so it's very cold. But I did let him get up room temperature. I don't like to heat up figures unless I really need to, but let's get a tilt a little bit. He gets movement in there. It's not like it's totally restricted, but arms are great, bicep in there, like I said, double jointed, and they're not hindered by the clothing or wraps at all. This doesn't really turn. It turns a little bit better on the left, but the wrist, I changed his hands out. His fists move a lot better in the wrist, but you do get his other hands, well, these hands anyway, not too much, but a decent amount. I mean, considering they're big, bulky gloves. But as you can see, this one gets a little bit more of a twist. But same with this hand, a little bit just up and down. I mean, it could spin all around and do all the good stuff those joints do. And he does have the two ab cut. Ab cuts at the chest and the lower ab here. And this one gets, it may not look it, but I can certainly feel it. Like, everything on this figure feels solid, the plastic. Now the bottom one, the bottom cut here at his like belly, it's there. I can spin it around a little bit. I mean, it is restricted because this is great how they cut the armor in there to get him to bend. I'm not really getting him to do it too well though. But you can see he does have it. The lower one does move, but it's only slight because I think this armor is attached to the belt. So it is slightly restrictive, but I mean, if you can't really see it, but I can feel it moving. I'd like it to move more, but I am happy it moves at all. I'd rather the cut be there than not at all, because even being able to move it a centimeter is better than not at all, honestly, when you're trying to post these things up. I mean, the leg with the holster gets up quite high. The only thing is sometimes this knee pad can ride a little low on his knee, only because this one stays because it's got the material to stick on there, but this one can slide down a little bit. It's staying though, it's staying. And his boot is able to move. I guess that material in the boot there gives it that movement. We'll take a closer look at his boots, actually. They're beautifully, perfectly painted. I mean, Mezco never screws up paint like that, and maybe a blemish here and there, but like no overspray, no sloppiness. The silver and the red, like that's hard to do, you know. And boom, perfect. The buckles. Anyways, boots move around. Now the boots are different than cables, the Mezco cable, but I feel like this part of the boot is similar. It's like the futuristic steel toe. Yeah, I love that. Very good. Very, very nice. But you can kind of do a split. The leg kind of comes back. The material kind of bounces it back, but kick up nice. Did I bend the knee? I don't remember, but sorry for being a little redundant. But having fun with them. Get him to stand back there. All right, let's go through his accessories. He comes with the bag and, of course, the hook stand. He does come with this base, and I'm not crazy about most of the bases, but this is cool. The X-Men base kind of looks like, you know, kind of goes with the diorama or background here. You know, let me get my hands out of there. Kind of works. You know, it's got the peg, and yeah, they're just a little big. I mean, that's a huge base. I mean, they could shrink them down a little bit. Remember the old school G.I. Joe size? Maybe that's a little too small, but they can definitely maybe cut that in half, because it's huge, huge. He comes with, let's see, next head sculpt. This one's cool. His power up. Let's switch that. Let's switch that out right now. Yeah. I like how he's got the, what is that, the clips at the end of his dreads there. They're like a gray, but they missed paint back there. Well, they weren't sloppy, but they missed one. I don't know if that's coming through. Let me see. I think you can see it here. Oh yeah, the gray kind of wash over that. Very nice. Very nice. It's subtle, but I noticed it. Yeah, that's great. Very nice. And he comes with more and more head sculpt. It's just the bald look. And obviously he's going to get more range because he doesn't have all that hair. But wrinkles in the back, wow, those are nicely sculpted. Really realistic. Yeah, I think, I don't know, I always like the long hair version. I mean, I grew up watching the 90s cartoon and seeing the Jim Lee comics, so that's kind of my look, and this is definitely the Mezco look of it. And he does come with this cape, and if some of you Mezconians will notice this, it's basically a red version of the cape that the Gold Skull ninjas got. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And even at the edges there, it's not, it's slightly coming out on camera, but they're like, it's like a red and it kind of fades to a darker red. Yeah, you can kind of see it. But I always have trouble with these, but with Bishop it works because his gun goes on the back here, so you can kind of just fold that on the back and pop it on there, and you get movement, you know. Move it around, you can get his arm up. See, it's not too bad. I can't get it's really, I guess you could bunch it up there. But I do struggle with this cape. But he does look good in it. He really does. Changed his hands out already. Comes with 2 right hand triggers, but no left hand or right hand like gripping melee hands, which is very strange. Very strange. I mean, I always want an extra head sculpt, but if it came down to this head, or you need the 2 heads here, but if it came down to this 3rd head or the hands we kind of needed, I think I would have preferred the other hands. I mean, I want both, honestly, but if it was a either or situation and I had to choose, it comes with 2 trigger hands, 1 for each gun, But honestly, I was trying both hands, and they both kind of work with both of his weapons, which you'll see. But another trigger comes with 2 open hand, kind of like reaching out, swimming, whatever. I really like the wrap on the left hand. That's really cool. And the X's definitely brings that whole X-Men aesthetic together, which is very nice. And another right hand gripping like that. And they're all nicely sculpted and very, very nice. So let's go on to his accessories. Speaking of his guns, now this is the cool one, the rifle. I'm going to give it to him to show off. But look at that, perfectly painted. Now, it does come with effects, and they're not necessarily for the gun, but the clips come out, or magazine, whatever. Does it really matter when it's like a space gun? But yeah, like I said, he did come with instructions, which is awesome, but they didn't really specify which hand was for which. You know what I mean? Like, Mezco, if you're watching, definitely take a, oh, his hand popped out there, but now you can see how it goes in. But Mezco, if you're watching, take a note from SH Figure Arts instructions. Like, honestly, that company has the best instructions in the whole game. So, I mean, Mezco is up there. They actually they're the only other company that gives instructions, honestly. But just a more thorough Figure Arts-like instruction manual would be pretty sweet. But yeah, he could hold this one-handed, which is awesome. Like, if you like his preferred kind of a space shotgun, or if he wants to hold it like a rifle. His hand under there. Let me get him to aim a little better. Come on, Bishop, get the support. You can twist him. Can't get his left to kind of cradle it, but you get the idea. Now again, he doesn't come with gun effects per se. I mean, these effects go in his hands, which I'll show you, but you can kind of squeeze those on there pretty easily. I don't know if that was on purpose. It doesn't say that in the instructions, but that looks pretty cool to me. I mean, isn't his power, he absorbs like Cyclops' beams, like kind of energy shots, for example, and then he kind of regurgitates it and shoots it out, but he needs to do it through, he could do it through his hands, but he can do it through weapons as well. So yeah, I was, at first I was disappointed. I was like, oh, he doesn't come with any gun effects. It's like half the bag there, half the battle, you know? He absorbs, but he needs to fire back. I mean, like I said, he does that out of his hands, and I'll show you, but I just squeeze that on there, and that looks pretty sweet. So, maybe it's a little crooked, but hey, from the side you can't even tell. But yeah, I thought that was again, I don't know if that was on purpose, a happy accident, but yes, happy about that. And this I think this goes this way. Perfect fit. Look at that. Excellent. And he's got your, you know, he's got that 90s, like I said, aesthetic going. If I can do his cape a little better there, but you know, you got the shotgun behind there, the red scarf. He's mad. Very cool figure so far, man. Very cool. Very much enjoying this. And the hand effect, it says it could go on, it should go on the fist, but honestly, it could pretty much fit on any hand. Oh, his gun popped out. Oh, now everything's falling out. I'll put it that way. Excellent. So this is kind of multi-use. I like that a lot. It's got the little hole in there. So you can see it's really for the fist, but did my own thing with it. Next up, here, let me get him situated so he doesn't topple over here, is this other effect. Now this we've seen before. I believe it's just a recolor of the Atticus Doom, I believe, effect bubble magic thing. But I can't really, it says it's supposed to just go in his hand, but I don't see any holes, grooves, or anywhere you can really hold it. I like the effect. Like I said, it's a needed effect because he's like absorbing. But maybe something, yeah, this is getting in the way. Maybe something new that could kind of go over his hand, like he's like sucking, absorbing the energy. But yeah, okay. All right, I was getting it was hard for me to balance that earlier, but it's working now. Yeah, moving him around. All right. Yeah, you hung him there as long as you could. But there's that. He comes with this knife. It's very nice. But again, he doesn't come with any knife-holding hands, which is a bummer. He needed, I mean, I've said this in the past that I just use his trigger hands, but he's, you know, I wouldn't mind a gripping hand, I guess you could call it, but he holds that pretty well. No, it's not really loose in there. His hands are soft. That's soft. This is kind of sound contradictory, but it's like hard but soft. It's soft but hard. It's sturdy. It's soft but sturdy. You know what I mean? Like, it's soft because you don't have to worry about snapping fingers when you put stuff in there. But it's not so soft where, you know, it's just going to pop out and he can't hold it. You know what I mean? Like, it took as you saw, a couple seconds for me to really tear that out of his hand. But, oh, actually, let me take this off for a minute. Because what I like about this figure is one of its real highlights is just like one of my favorite things. He has plenty of storage. Plenty of storage. I'm going to put his rifle on the side only because he's got a lot of utility belt, I guess you want to call it, items. So yeah, let's stick the knife in there. Yeah, I think it goes this way. Perfect. Nice fit. I don't feel like it's gonna slide right out like that. Nice, very nice. All right, next up, he comes with 3 of these, but he only has space for 2, so I only have 2. Actually, let me put this in his hand, get him to show it instead of my big hands here. He gets these grenades. Coming to focus there. Oh yeah. Look at that paint apps, man. That is just beautiful. Beautiful. But he comes with 3 of these grenades, storage for 2. So let's try and pop them on there. He's kind of shadowing it, but you can see right in there. Okay, so there's like little grooves. And maybe it's for the pins. Let's see. Or is that on the side there? For them to see, you see that lip? Yeah. And there's one on that side, so I'm gonna do it that way. Oh no, so it's just that's just a groove to hold it. But that's a little groove in there for the grenade ring pin, I guess you could call it. But yeah, that's secure. Yeah, I'm like trying to like knock them out, pull them out with my finger, and now they're in there. Good. Excellent. And he comes with 2 more magazine clips from his rifle. Have him show you that as well. What? Bishop, don't be shy. Come on, man. There we go. Nicely painted. Both painted the same. But yes, and he comes with, I guess technically 3 because 1 in the gun and storage for 2. So that's all of them. Let's get these in here. Let's do this back one first. Me going in. Do I have them backwards? It's not really going in there. Let's try it this way. I'm in a little trouble there. Let me try it so I'm not just killing time here in this one. It's good that you know how much of the struggle it's going to be. No, not that way. No, I'm like really trying to, it's like only half goes in. What the heck? No. I'll try it this way. No way. No, that's not secure. Well, I can't get those in there. I'm having a little trouble with them, but not to waste too much time, let's just keep going here because we got a little bit more to cover. I assume this is like the time travel Bishop. Hey, man. I assume this is the time travel device. Punch in the coordinates. Whatever date he needs to go to. Doot, doot, doot. And he should have storage for that as well. He does. I'm only going to give this one try here. Seems to get in there. A little bit. Might, yeah, there it goes. I'm going to have to struggle with that later. I don't want to do any off the camera stuff, but yeah. And, well, lastly, one more thing. His handgun. His pistol. Which also... well, maybe this is the rifle hand, because the hand is in... it was holding this this gun perfectly before. And his head's popping off because I'm knocking it off. Trying to get the finger in the trigger, but also his hand gripped around in there. Goodness, he's being such a struggle. He's really not this bad. Jeez, it's sounding so bad right now. There we go. Not that I'm trying to sell this figure, but I'm trying to say I am enjoying it. It is a good figure. It's just not coming across that well. But he's got this gun. Honestly, I like everything about this handgun except for the front of it. It reminds me of like an iron or something, like one of those, you know, like Joker fists are gonna pop out of there or something. Like feels kind of half, like maybe half of that. Like can you kind of see what I'm kind of trying to do there? That's a lot cooler. That's a little, I don't know, it's a little weird. Maybe it's canon, maybe it's comic book accurate, I don't know. It's just a little strange to me. They could take a little Mezco license, or maybe they did. I'm just not vibing with it, but let's see. It goes in the holster pretty well, despite it being such like a huge gun. I mean, he could use it as a melee weapon, just slap someone out the side of the face with this thing. I mean, it's enormous. But it does fit in his holster here. So there we go. So that's pretty neat. Everything fits on him. Everything goes on him for the most part, except for these darn magazines. I think I just gotta get those into the grooves, into the belt, and that's just gonna require some holding it up to your face. 2 inches away from your face kind of thing. But before we get going here, let's go into some size comparisons. We got a lot of size comparisons. Now, the only thing I didn't bring out is my Mezco X-men, because I noticed a lot, everybody is comparing these to their Mezco X-men, and other X-men, so I figured let me do something a little different. You know me, like if you've been watching a long time, you know, if you know, things have been done, I don't want to be, you know, repetitive. So here's a figure arts Deadpool while I chit chat here. This figure arts Deadpool, so he's really tiny. But if you want to have Bishop's scale as like a huge guy, maybe you want to throw him in with your figure arts guys. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do different comparisons, just so you get a more idea, a more approach. I mean, I watch more than one review on things. So I don't know, people are like, I watch one person only. I don't know. That's a little weird to me. But let's do some Valaverse. I just got a lot of those in. to go along here. Which, yeah, I'm enjoying these figures. They're pretty sweet. I'm going to jump around. I'm just going to grab, they're in no order, Figure Arts Kakashi. Let's grab her out. Star Wars, I guess that's Obi-Wan technically. Star Wars Obi-Wan. Let's do, speaking of Atticus Doom. Let me fix his foot there. I can already tell he ain't gonna stand too well. But not bad. Bishop, being that he's futuristic, kind of goes with a lot of things. It's Pandora from Battleverse. He goes with a lot of things. I love that Mezco aesthetic. Yeah, well, yeah, the Mezco aesthetic too, but the just the whole color scheme on him. Let's do NECA Joel from The Last of Us, who I think I'm gonna have to hold on to because he's not standing. Oh, there we go. He's technically standing on 1 foot, but he's huge. So he doesn't really scale with NECA too well, but NECA isn't 112 technically. Here's Eclipse. Oh, there goes her glasses. I knew that was gonna happen. Get Joel out of there. Put Atticus down. Let me grab a G.I. Joe Zorana. Oh, I don't know if we'll stand either. There we go. I'll grab another Joe. Dusty. Hasbro. Classified. Let's keep going. Let's get in Cousin Ed. Watch him out of there. I have an Uncle Ed, not a Cousin Ed. Well, I guess. No, actually, I do have a Cousin Ed. Let's go by different versions of it. Here's Alien, if I could get him to squeeze in there. Grab Eddie out. Everyone's got a relative named Ed. Here's the Crow. Brandon Lee. Mezco, all Mezco. Alien out of there. That tail is, it's cool, but be very careful. You can see everything shaking. Come on, Alien. Don't knock everything over. There we go. Let's get the Predator. Run a little long here. Speed it up a bit. Let's get, speaking of Arnold, Mafex Terminator. And one more figure art. Super Saiyan 4. That's 4 in Espanol. Vegeta. Pop him out. So yeah, that's hope that gives you a good idea of comparisons to other figures. Of course, as you can hear, Vegeta's knocking stuff over. He's not happy. Is he ever? Let me try and get him together here. But actually, I really like the colors. I mean, yes, the red is very Bishop. I'm having trouble getting it on the side look that he kind of has, but I'll figure it out. I'll play with them a little bit more. But man, I just love those colors. The blue and the yellow and the X is just, I just drink that in. That's just so sweet. That's just so sweet. I really like it. I really like it a lot. But yeah, I hope my clumsy fumbling around doesn't deter you from this figure. It is really good. You see, again, cue fumble. But Mezco, again, if you're watching, yeah, pop his hand out again. Maybe this isn't the right hand. I don't know. I'm just having the eternal struggle here. Here, forget that gun. But Mezco, again, if you are watching, thank you. This figure is excellent. We have a lot of X-men, but where are the X-ladies? Like, come on. Now I'm thankful, and I'll be happy to get any X-men. I mean, Nightcrawler, Colossus, and this is Mezco style, Archangel, like you name it, any X-Men pretty much, but or X-Force or anything in that realm. And we have been getting Marvel characters, but we got the Fantastic Four plus Doctor Doom, all those Spider-Man, but the only really X-Men we got was Bishop. I mean, we do have a lot of X-Men. We have Magneto, but we need the ladies. We need Mystique because we have Magneto. I mean, I don't mind. They need to go on a whole. You need to do a whole ladies X-Men run. Like, I want to see Mystique. Oh, Mezco Mystique would be sweet. A Jean Grey, because we have Wolverine, we have Cyclops. So we need Jean, we need Mystique, we need Rogue because we have Gambit, and Storm, of course. I mean, those what was that, 4 or 5 are essential. Like, they should be next. They have to be next. Like, on brand new bodies. Give them all the articulation they need. Here, I got a little Metal Gear eyeball thing, like he's being attacked by everything. But yeah, I mean, and just then they could start switching it up. I mean, personally, I would love a Psylocke, you know, a Mezco Psylocke. Just do the definitive Psylocke. We've been dying for a definitive version. Yes, the Mayfex is good, but we need just a cloth good versions already, and Jubilee, of course. But no, those, we need X ladies. We need them. But thank you again. Hope you all enjoyed. And remember, we'll try to remember. Why can't I remember?